Very interesting. A lot of surprises actually here. But anyway, let's get straight into this game now on Capture the Flag standoff.
Hardpoint standoff.
Hardpoint.
To be honest, I'll let you off because that's Capture the Flag last an age.
And there's a lot of screaming taking place next to us in this Impact game.
But yeah, standoff is one of those maps where, because the hardpoints are in buildings, it means that getting to the hardpoint early is very important. There's small choke points on the hardpoints, so you'll see teams moving really early for the next kills, trying to get the spawns. But Shane picking up those early kills, Cloud getting early control right now. They've got a pretty nice setup, but they'll be looking to try and get that hair spawn for the next hill very soon.
Yep, it's currently 2-1 in score in favour of Cloud here. They just need to close off this hardpoint here on standoff, and that will lead them to victory, and it will solidify them in a second place in the actual Pool B. We are seeing, though, EQ try and do what they can, but the hardpoint is going very much in favour of Cloud.
Yeah, Cloud taking an early lead here, 30 points they're going to have, and they've also got control of this next hill. And this next hill is a very hard hill to break. If you have a team that's got a really strong setup, it's very easy to hold, but as you can see, Shane's actually got airstrikes already as well, which are going to come in handy.
Oh, wow.
And he's actually got a death machine as well, so you know they're looking really strong to take this right now. 40-point lead already. If they can get the granny control, they could see themselves up by 100 points, I reckon, after this.
Yeah, well, here comes the death machine, spraying and praying through that door. Actually under a lot of fire, but he's managed to hold his hardpoint, which is all that's important. Shane is actually on 5, made that 6 kills, 0 deaths. He hasn't even died yet, and we've seen pretty much minute and a half.
He just got a free piece. I believe he just got a free piece there. He turned around and fired 1 bullet, and I think he killed the guy in the back, and then we just heard Shane stand up screaming like he does.
Yeah.
But it looks like they're trying to push the hair side now, the EQ team, but it's a bit late in the day now. There's 20 points on this hill. They don't. What a lot of teams do is they see 20 points left on the points, and they keep pushing this hill, but they're going to sacrifice a lot of time on the next hill, because you can see right now, look where Shane spawned. Best spawn in the world they could have dreamed of. 10 seconds left on that point. They won't care. They've got 80 points. The other team's got almost 20 points coming up now, but this hill is such an important hill, the Granny House. Everybody knows that it's one of the hardest hills to break on this map, if not the hardest. So, you know, it's good. Everything's going absolutely perfect for Cloud right now.
And Shane's also bringing in some support from the sky as well. This scoreline is just getting bigger and bigger. It's actually very surprising given the previous 3 games we saw between these 2 teams. So do not rule EQ out of this just yet. And yeah, I mean, the Lightning Strike and Death Machine still in his arsenal as the hill gets contested. B2-3R is going to be enough for Shane to pick up the kill. He's on 10 kills and 1 death.
Huge plays by Shane right now. And like we said, you know, when Cloud get the momentum, they are a different team, and we can see that right now. They're clearly quite hyped. You can hear them shouting. EQ, the heads are kind of a bit down. They're not really communicating too much by the looks of it. So, you know, that's what I mean. Like, when teams let the heads get down, that's when things change. Cloud are just really feeding off that. And you can see that all their games are on right now. Shane's going huge, especially on a hard point for SMGs to go huge. You don't see that very often. So, you know, this is what I mean. Cloud, one of those teams where when they're winning, they can probably beat anybody on the day.
Yeah.
But when they're losing, you know, that's what their weakness is. And the EQ kind of have lost that momentum that they had. And it's allowed Cloud to really just take control of the hardpoints.
Well, they're trying their best to come back, and look at this. After securing quite a few points at top Granny there, they're actually moving over, and they're actually securing this next hardpoint, getting back into this game, but still a big difference in the score nonetheless.
Yeah, some big kills there from Cloud as well, because that's allowed them to get control. And, you know, they've got the right spawn here. This is the spawn that needs to be getting in. Look, there's a few ways they can get in this side. They can go up top, they can go down bottom, but on the other side it's a lot harder to get in. So they need to try and hold this spawn if they're actually going to break this hill. And you can see Rob's just trying to push up top now. He might be able to make some big kills here. Takes down Madcap, big kill there. And a big kill as well. 3 down now. Shane's the last guy alive with a death machine. So 20 points on this hill. If they can get these 20 points, they're only going to be 50 points behind overall. So this, you know, these last few points on this hill are very, very important.
Holding it really nicely, actually. It is continuously being contested by Cloud, but every single time you are coming on top, they're a long way away from taking a lead, but they are certainly still in this, and this crowd is just swarming around this this matchup. I think Freako Impact are looking pretty set to take that first game against Yemen.
Yeah, they had a bit of a wobble, didn't they? But it looks like they're going to take it by pretty easily by about 70 points on Yemen. Yeah. So they'll be pretty pleased with that.
But anyway, back into this game, the one you're watching with ourselves is EQ against Cloud, and we are seeing EQ really struggling now as we almost hit the 5-minute mark. Cloud are going to have secured about 150 points on the hard point. Only 60 though, or 61 going to EQ.
Yeah, and this hill as well, they've got the perfect spawn for it, Cloud, right now. If we go on board with them, we're going to switch over to Josh. As you can see right now, they've got somebody watching the petrol, somebody's at the back of the hair. And it allows these 2 players in the hill to kind of just be reckless, because they know they're going to get a really good spawn. And some big plays by Josh here, just staying alive, contesting these points. They don't need the points, you know, they've got a nice healthy lead. They just want to contest and make sure the other team don't get the points, and they're doing that really well right now. 10 seconds left on the clock. They'll be looking to try and hold this next hill. Josh is going to maybe make one last push for these last few points, but they're going to rotate back. And as you can see, his teammates on the mini-map right now have got that hair control. And look where, well, Josh is actually going to spawn on the tractor, so maybe they haven't got quite the control that they thought they had. So EQ right now, they're actually quite pushed up in the petrol area, which is quite a good area to have if they have an AR at the back of petrol. And you can see one there trying to push around the flank. It's a big kill by Sneaky. That is a really big kill, because that is a big kill. Oh, Shane pick up 3 down. 3 down for EQ out of nowhere.
So many kills actually popping up on this kill feed. It's almost hard to keep track of, but it is the Cloud lineup that are going to come out on top. Albeit contested, they do seem to be overrunning EQ a little bit, and there is a huge battle ensuing inside of this building as we get on board with Ainsley, who came out on top trying to make it the 3-piece, does eventually get shut down by Josh.
I mean, like you said, that was just crazy, because you don't usually see that many kills being exchanged, and literally couldn't keep up with the actual kill feed. It was that crazy, but I mean, it looks like they're 150 points almost behind by the time they actually set up on this hill, but if they can get 60 points, who knows? I mean, look at the clock, there's 4 minutes left, so they've still got a lot of time to do something, but to be this far behind, I mean, they only need 40 points now, the Cloud, so it's going to be a tough ask of EQ, really. It's a bit of a shame, really, because like you say, they have put up a great effort, and it doesn't really put into perspective how good they've been playing this tournament so far.
Yeah, and of course at the very end of this game, or the very end of this series, we'll give you a rundown of exactly the map wins and losses and the final placements in the seeds for the actual Pool B lineup. So here we go, watching Ainsley a little bit more. He's been playing phenomenally well throughout this best of 5 series. We've actually seen quite a bit of him, so I want to see what's going on with Sneaky, who's actually on the hard point with 3 kills to his name. Made that 5 as he does, well, made that 4 as he does almost pick up that 2-piece.
Yeah, and they're actually bringing this back a bit now, so there's a bit of time to sell 20 points. If we can get the rest of these 20 points, might be back in it, but big players by Cloud there, coming up the ladders and just jumping in together, picking up the kills, and that's going to give them a few points, 15 points off this hill. If they can get that, they are going to be 10 points away from the win.
Here we go, Sneaky trying his best to flank around. It's really, really looking tough for them. 140-point difference is just going to be way too much. I actually want to see if Cloud are going to be able to shut this out. Madcat, who is actually on an absolute rampage, he's pretty much out of ammo in his AN-94. 6 bullets left in it. That kind of shows you how long he's been alive. Yeah,
pretty much, and it pretty much uses every last bullet on that kill. Yeah, pretty much. He's going to be able to pick up this gun there and maybe do some damage for these last few 10 seconds. He's got some airstrikes, he'll probably call them in. Boost his KD a bit, get a bit more E-rep maybe. And there we go. There we go, picks up 1 kill. He won't be too happy with that. Maybe he'll call his airstrike in as well. But that's going to be game over basically, so 3-1 to I believe Cloud.
Yeah, 250 to 99 is the final score. So now let's recap everything and see where all the teams stand. The whole best of 5 series then between these two teams, it was 231 to 227 in favour of Cloud, a 6-5 victory in Search and Destroy for EQ. We then saw an overtime stopwatch on Raid Capture the Flag going in Cloud's favour, and that final map 250 to 99 making it 3-1 to Cloud. I'm actually just working out the maps now, so bear with me one moment.
I mean, some really standout players there, especially Shane in the last couple of maps going absolutely huge, and as well Zanity on the CTF, an absolutely huge player, because if he didn't get that return there, it could have been game over on the CTF. EQ could have been 2-1 up, and they could be the ones that are shaking hands right now with the smiles on their face, but at the moment they're not. Nemesis looking really pleased. Obviously they beat us and they beat EQ. You know, maybe if we played them in the bracket, it might be a different story. But actually, I think we're on the opposite side of the bracket to EQ. EQ came bottom of the group, is that right?
Yep, that's right. So the actual final standings for Pool B, it's going to be Farico Impact with 5th seed, Cloud with 6th, Epsilon with 7th, EQ with 8th. Looking at the actual maps won, it's quite interesting really. Cloud only actually ended up winning 1 more map than Epsilon yourself. 6 maps won, 6 lost. You guys got 5 maps won, 6 lost, but some big victories actually. I think you said it was 3-1 against EQ. Certainly helped them to take that. But nevertheless, those are going to be the final standings for Pool B. This has been EGL9, the Turtle Beach Spring Championships. Be sure to stay tuned if you guys want to check out twitch.tv/EGLTV. You'll see Benson and Tunney finishing off that Curse and Team Infected game. It's been a pleasure casting with you, Sowers.
Yeah, it's been great, and it's been great to watch these guys playing as well. A really close game. But I'm expecting EQ to pull through in the end and maybe get a good result in the end of it.
All right, well, we'll see you guys later.